Vietnamese fairy tale, Tam Cam. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village in Vietnam, there lived a sweet and kind-hearted girl named Tam. She lived with her cruel stepmother and lazy stepsister Cam, who made her do all the hard work. While Tam toiled day and night, Cam and her mother lounged around, doing nothing. One bright morning, Tam and Cam were sent to the river to catch fish. Their stepmother promised a beautiful red scarf to the girl who caught the most fish. Tam eagerly set to work, casting her net with all her might, while Cam idly splashed in the water. By midday, Tam's basket was brimming with fish, while Cam had only a few. Seeing Tam's success, Cam hatched a sneaky plan. She suggested they take a swim to cool off. As soon as Tam entered the water, Cam quickly dumped all of Tam's fish into her own basket and ran home. When Tam discovered the deceit, she sat by the river and wept. Suddenly the water shimmered, and Fairyman, a wise old man with a long white beard, appeared. "Why are you crying, my child?" he asked. Tam told him her tale of woe. The Fairyman gently smiled and told her to look in her basket. To her surprise, she found a small, sparkling fish with golden scales. "Take this fish home and care for it," Fairyman said. "It will be your friend." Tam did as she was told and fed the fish every day. The fish grew strong and brought Tam joy. But one day, her stepmother and Cam discovered the fish and, out of jealousy, caught it and cooked it for dinner while Tam was away. When Tam found out, she was heartbroken and cried by the river once more. A Fairyman appeared again and comforted her. "Gather the fish bones and bury them in 4 pots at the 4 corners of your house," he instructed. Tam obeyed, and soon magical things began to happen. From the pots sprang forth splendid treasures: a gorgeous red silk dress, delicate slippers, a lovely hat, and sparkling jewelry. That year, the king announced a grand festival to find his bride. With the Fairyman's gifts, Tam attended the festival, looking radiant and unrecognizable. At the festival, the king was enchanted by Tam's beauty and grace. However, as she hurried home to avoid being seen by her stepmother and Cam, she accidentally dropped one of her slippers. The king, determined to find the owner, declared he would marry the girl whose foot fit the slipper perfectly. The king's men traveled the kingdom, testing the slipper on every maiden. When they reached Tam's house, Cam and her mother tried to force their feet into the slipper, but it was no use. Finally, Tam appeared, and the slipper fit her perfectly. The king took Tam back to the palace, and they were married in a grand celebration. But Tam's troubles were not over. Her jealous stepmother and Cam devised a plan to get rid of her. They invited Tam to visit her father's grave, where they pushed her into a deep pit and buried her alive. Cam then disguised herself as Tam and took her place in the palace. However, true love and kindness cannot be buried forever. From the pit where Tam was buried, a beautiful tree grew, bearing sweet, fragrant fruit. One day, an old woman living nearby discovered Tam's spirit in one of the fruits. She released Tam, who returned to the palace and revealed the truth. The king, overjoyed to have Tam back, banished the wicked stepmother and Cam from the kingdom. Tam and the king lived happily ever after, their love stronger than ever. And thus, Tam's courage and kindness triumphed over deceit and cruelty, reminding everyone that goodness always prevails in the end. This fairy tale not only helps educate children about the nation's morality, traditions, and history, but also brings valuable lessons about affection, compassion, and solidarity. I hope this fairy tale brings the magic, excitement, and engagement for children and young readers.